Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back. My name is Liz, and this is my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Today's video is gonna be a little bit more reflective. So it's been 5 months already in 2025. Can you imagine? So we're sort of taking inventory, and today's activity is gonna be journaling. So I'll give you guys a few journal prompts to reflect on how the year has been so far and also be able to like improve moving forward. So this is something that personally I'm gonna do after this because I feel like it's really important to do a sort of life audit, know where you're at, know what's working, know what's not working, and then be able to move on from there. So this is the space that I am in personally, and I have undergone so many transitions in the past 5 months, and I feel like this would be useful moving forward. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So number one, ask yourself this question: when did I feel the most at ease this year? So was it around specific people, or was I doing a specific activity? Think about how you can continue to increase that in the remaining months. So basically, this is the time when you felt calm, you're not overthinking, you're not feeling like you're doing the most, and taking like writing this down and thinking about it helps you to continue to increase that in the remaining months. And then number two, when did I feel most drained or resentful this year? Now, if you are a people pleaser or you attach your worth to the things you do, this is gonna be a really big one because it's very easy to bend over backwards for people, and then it feels like they're not reciprocating, or they would not do the same, or they don't love you as much as you think they would after what you did, and this will breed bitterness. So yes, please don't attach your worth to the things that you do, especially the things that you do for people. Consider changes or boundaries that might fix this in the future. So for example, if it's the people who call you past work hours, and I mean like really odd hours, and you just speak because you're like, oh, I'm a good person, I want to be there for them in time, really. And then now you end up speaking up late and you're feeling really crampy because it feels like they didn't appreciate you enough. Like, girl, dude, just slow down. Like, set boundaries. If you want to get 8 hours of sleep, what time do you need to be sleeping? What time do you need to wake up? And if you need to communicate this to people, or if you need to put your phone on D&D or silent, whatever works for you. I'm just giving an example. It could be anything, depending on where you're at in life, the kind of person you are, the people around you, and the things that you do. So number three, what are the things I've been putting off that I know would improve my well-being? So this could be sleep, or a home cooked meal, or therapy, or romanticizing your life. So where can you start in terms of identifying one small step that you can take towards achieving that? So is it saving small amounts for therapy, or is it maybe putting music when you're getting ready? I find that that really elevates my mood personally. So yeah, it helps me romanticize the whole process of taking a shower and getting ready. Um, is it doing like your skincare? And gentlemen, I'm talking to you too. Skincare is really important, especially if you start in your 20s instead of doing Botox and fillers and other things that people do when they're much older, trying to be reverse the effects of UV and aging and all that stuff. I mean, we could go on and on about diet and all those things that go into it, but something as simple as a three steps skincare routine. Oh, Jesus. A three-step skincare routine can make a whole lot of difference. So yeah, it could be something as little as that. And you don't have to buy really expensive products. There are cheap, affordable products out there for everyone, depending on your skin type. So yeah, number four, when did I feel most like myself this year? So think about what brought out the best version of yourself, your authentic self. If you did the ChatGPT prompt activity, I will link it somewhere here. Um, it's it really shows if you are not trying to maybe impress people, if you're not trying to people please, if you're not trying to get your crush to notice you, all those amazing things, what would you like naturally be? What would be the natural flow like for you? So the goal is to recreate that moment over and over until your authentic self sticks. So basically, when you identify that moment where you felt most like yourself, what were the circumstances around it? What were you doing? Who were you with? Where were you at? And how can you recreate that on a day-to-day basis, or even as often as you possibly can, so that you show up as your authentic self every single time. So this is reclaiming back your identity, yeah? And your happy place, because when you're in your flow, you are able to just be you regardless of the people around you, regardless of what people have to say, regardless of what you're wearing, what your hair looks like. Yeah, you don't attach your worth to those things. Then number 5, what's one thing I want to do just for fun with no expectations attached? So this is basically something that you're just excited to do, like something you've always wanted to try. I can give you an example. For me, it's something like ice skating, and there are ice rinks in Nairobi. I just want to do it for fun, or going on a movie night. I don't mean binge watching a movie or a show in my house. I mean going to an actual cinema. If you know me, I like staying in the house. So something I would like to try for fun is watching a movie like in a cinema, buying popcorn, getting the tickets and whatnot, and yeah, that whole experience. So now this gives you something to be excited about. Now you should plan to prioritize it. I know it seems really good in your head, but give yourself a timeline. If you need accountability, comment it down below so we can follow you up as this community that we're building. Yes, whatever it is, you might even find somebody who wants to try out the same thing, so you guys can try it out together. Though that is like with a pinch of salt, because you don't want to be attracting some weird, creepy people from the comment section. Anyway, number 6, what habits or commitments no longer feel aligned with who I am becoming? As a 20-year-old, you are constantly evolving, constantly changing, constantly morphing, and some things don't make sense anymore. Some things don't serve you anymore. Some things that don't feel like you anymore. It could be people, yes, and I know that's especially for a Huda and you just want to have all your primary school, nursery school, kindergarten friends attend your wedding. That can be a really hard one, but there are seasonal friendships that the same way that are seasonal trends. Maybe there's a style, your sense of style right now might not be your kind of ideal moving forward. um it could be a habit that you have that's not serving you anymore. It could be things that you're holding, like physical stuff that just clutter your space that you don't need anymore. So just identify what it is, really look inwards, look outwards, look around you. What's the one thing that you have in your wardrobe that you've not worn for months, and you just keep it there? Pick up what is that thing, and do you really need to let go, or does it have sentimental value? Just ask yourself all those questions. Maybe a pro tip with friendships, those ones that become uncomfortable, and not because you're growing. Because if it's growing, then that's a good thing, because it means they are challenging you to be better, to get out of your comfort zone. But if it's the other way around and they just want to stick to this version of you that you no longer are, then maybe that's something to consider and think about. Then last but not least, how do I want to feel on a regular basis in the remaining part of 2025? So far, you've had 5 months to experience your time, and there's always that moment or that day where everything felt like it was in alignment. Um, Maybe you felt very creative and you loved that, or you felt productive, or you were just delulu and you loved that, and I love that for you as well. Or you were just happy, or you're just calm, or you're just collected. You just felt like you know, a boss babe or a boss brav, boss dude. Yeah. So what was that feeling? Is that something you'd want to feel again? Is that something you'd want to experience again? So think about the choices that will support those feelings. What did you have to do? What did you have to say? What did you have to maybe say no to for you to feel like that? For example, one time I felt really good for airing out a concern that normally I would just stifle and pretend everything was okay. But now I felt like this is uncomfortable and I need to express it so that people don't get the impression that it's okay to do that to me or to anybody or in that specific situation. And it yielded like really amazing results. I remember I journaled about it that night because I felt so good. And there was a change because for some weird reason, it's like people didn't see anything wrong with what they were doing. So that's just an example. Or this one time when I did not spend too much time scrolling and I had like a really productive day. I'm not saying it only happens once, please, but I've had my moments. So I just love being able to just pick up and just have this flow where I'm doing my devotion. After that, I get into focused work. I eat on time and I have like 3 meals a day. Honestly, I have very weird feeding habits. Let me know what hacks you use down here. I mean, I have hacked the breakfast one with the oatmeal recipe, but sometimes it's not enough, especially with my body type. So that's something I'm still learning. That's something I'm still working on. So let me know what tips have worked for you. For me, I'm very big on meal prep because I can just drown in work and forget to eat, or I will remember to eat, but I'd rather like have a smoothie or just drink water the whole day. It's really bad. So maybe the next time we're having this session, I'll have figured something that works for me, and I'll have had something like more consistent. So yeah, this should set you on a good path. Stay tuned for the next video. If you haven't watched the previous ones, please do. And I'd recommend starting with the ChatGPT prompt one because it gives you the tools such that this journaling will make sense to you. Let me know how this experience was for you and the activity, general, and yeah, see you on the next one.